What's up, everyone? So we continue here with chapter 6. So we made it out of the, I guess you could say insane asylum, or psych ward. Now we're back in the manor. Basically, this is the top level, this is the second level of manor. I don't know if we should look around or we should just head right down to the detective or the police officer. You know what, fuck it. Can we open this?
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Alright. So they're downstairs talking already. Let's go check it out. Oh, they're here. Maybe it wasn't a nightmare.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
That's also... Okay, I talked to him.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller, and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine, horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
The reason why I didn't want to tell her the truth is, like, how is she even gonna believe me in the first place? Right? So I mean, like, I can tell her what happened to the husband, and then she'll probably think I'm crazy or something. Okay, not have a drink. Stay sober, especially in this fucking messed up nightmare shit. Yeah, so I don't think it would be a good idea to tell her the truth right away. Maybe if there's an option after we're, like, talking a little bit, then we can get to it, but, let's go upstairs. Let's see if we can open this door. Oh, that's leaving. What about the bottom? Is that leaving too? I just feel like it would be weird to talk to her about her husband getting flinged around by imaginal, like a fake force or some shit. I don't even know how to explain it. So we're just gonna tell her, like, I don't know what we're gonna tell her honestly, but we'll have to see.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger. were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Shit, dude, I don't even know. We need to upgrade this shit, because I'm getting, like, as the game goes on, I'm not be able to click on some stuff here. This beat's fucked up. What the fuck did I do, man?
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Let's see if we have any points. Oh, we can see
Did
this.
she really care for him after all?
Let's see if we can have points real quick. We have 4, alright. Psychology, man. This is one we've been lacking on here, man. Okay, we have 3, so that's good. I wonder if there's something with this. Okay, there is.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Interesting. Nice. A little upgrade there.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
That's... Oh, we're about to reconstruct here. Holy shit.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists.
Okay. Check over here.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
The wife was like, what the fuck?
He didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Alright. I'm trying to like cut off my mic when the dialogue comes in so you guys can hear it better. Try to get these upgrades before we go see that picture. Because we're lacking some of them. I'm worried about entering doors right now because as soon as you enter a door, it automatically brings you into the scene, so we have to be careful. We don't want to miss anything. I think we got everything though. Yeah, I think we're good here. There's only a couple doors we can open now, right? Let's try to open this one. Most of these are locked, man.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Okay. I wonder if we can run into that lady that's in the study. Oh.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more.
Okay, maybe we should not listen to this while she's there.
Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm surprised she didn't get angry at us at that point. Okay, that's the gallery.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
It's good that we're getting these upgrades, bro. What does it say?
I could use one of those. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing. Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
I'm surprised we have enough strength. We got a key. Alright. So we probably don't have to talk to this lady, maybe. It's good that we're getting these upgrades, man. What's this? Oh shit, should we read the book, man? Let's not read it yet. Oh fuck, come on, I want to talk to the girl.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
I found this drawing of a dagger. Did you come across anything like it in your reading?
Perhaps. I saw several daggers in the ledgers. I could always check. What I didn't find, however, was the slightest reason why I should help you, Detective.
I don't need your services. I can manage all on my own, thanks.
Do it then.
Damn, I always fail with this lady. Should we read this fucking book, guys? Like, if you read the book... shit. It could give me information on something, but then again, it could make me curse. Or something like... may affect my decisions, I think. Fuck it. I can't even read what's on the... Okay, well, never fucked. Zero points. Or sanity. Wow, we unlocked a couple things. It's interesting how that works out like that. So much knowledge, man. I guess the items that we get, we could probably use them later on. I really don't think we should have read that book, though. What are we gonna do now? This should be fun. This place is pretty fucking huge, man. Holy shit. Why we... Dude, we can hide in here. That's bad news. It's definitely bad news, actually.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Is that all, man? Oh. Anything we could look, we need to look at, like...
The public entrance to the gallery.
Damn, this place is huge, man. I'm guessing the made items we had to look at are in the casings. Okay, this is humming, man.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
They're all daggers, too, man.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
He does have a lot of shit, man.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Alright, that's a picture we have to look at. Oh, sweet, we got the refuel. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, again, we're gonna go into like a nightmare. No dagger, huh? Alright, let's check this shit out.
What the hell was that?
I don't know, so we have to sneak past this thing? He's having like a panic attack in here.
I can't even touch it. No way out. No choice. I must get rid of it.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
I feel like it's so loud, dude. Holy shit. Let's try this shit again, man.
What the hell was that?
We know a dagger to get, we just have to figure out how to fucking use it. I mean, we can hide in these closets, right? What the fuck is that gonna do for us, though? Right, it makes no sense.
This dagger looks different.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
This symbol on the dagger, it was all over Sanders' cell. It's what protected him. It's what protected me, too. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this Shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Alright. So it's been broken into, so we have to be careful. Honestly, I'm surprised.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
I'm surprised this detective doesn't have any weapon on him. Like, in situations, I would think you at least have, like, a stun gun or something. Are private investigators supposed to have a weapon? I wonder. I think they're supposed to, right? Some type of weapon. At least we got lantern. We got our lantern back, that's all that matters right now. Gotta look around and beg for...
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Good, good. I mean, you should definitely look around, because you're gonna get upgrades from these books, especially at bookstore. Most of the upgrades are books you read on. Some of this information, but that's fine. I'll take whatever I can get. I think the information you get, you can actually apply it towards the conversation. So. Sweet. Do we have any points? We have 2. What do we want to do? It's like 3 out of 5 on that, holy shit. I really want to get this one out. This is how you talk. Is there a back room? There is.
What happened here?
Okay, before we do that... Oh, damn, it's going to show me the whole time now to reconstruct it. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to read the book.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
I think we should definitely read the books. It gives us an upgrade, though. I don't know, maybe there's pro and cons on that, man. Because maybe if we read too much, we get our mind corrupted. You know? I really don't know how it works. I think the upgrade's good, though. Alright, let's enter this scene here. My bad. I let go too early there.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
here?
Blood. Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Right in front of me, man.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Okay, it looks like this bookshelf opens. I'm thinking, oh, it's already open.
What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? What's happening to Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Every time we come out of that reconstruction state, I feel like someone's behind us.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet? Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Apparently. It's the same doctor. I wonder if that's like the doctor that was fucking with us downstairs or underneath the institute. I wonder if it's everyone's doctor, so. Could be. Alright, so we know that we can't open that, but this is something over here.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Okay. Do we go up to it now? Okay, I think we have to look at it. That's good. Clues. Pierce. Sanity. If we unlock all this, what happens, I wonder? Okay, so the combinations are to be found in the 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. So we're looking for 3 cylinders. Okay, it's opened up.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Okay.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Oh, you know, fuck.
How many volumes are there in this
Hope
collection?
that sent the code.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Fuck us. Dude.
Arkham Editions.
It's gonna be a lot harder than I think.
Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Okay, I found one.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Okay, I thought we would have to, like, figure out the order of those books, man. That would be a lot harder, man. But we only found 2 cylinders, so that's not good. Oh, we have 3. Never mind. 1, 2. This is 7 on that guy's forehead, it looks like. Let me see something. 5. See the head? That looks like a 5. I may be wrong. We'll see. No, they all have the same thing on it. Never mind. Three. So do we go up to this, maybe? So each cylinder has a thing we need to look for. So a clue on the cylinder. Come on, over. So one has 10342. It's all the same though. How do you open these? You know? So maybe we need like a machine to open them. Let's look around a little bit more. If not, we'll come back here. But I'm pretty sure we have to open them, right? Why wouldn't you open them in the first place? So, sorry guys. Move my mic over. So we need to find something to read these things, I think, to open them. Here, maybe?
Things are not looking good. A kind of chalice. A kind of chalice.
Oh, here we go.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Alright. So number 1, the first cylinder is linked to the chalice here.
The chalice of knowledge.
Oh shit, is this really gonna be this hard right now? There's no number on it. It's like a pattern on here, maybe. Green, oh wait, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. Rubies is red, sapphire is blue. Sapphire is blue or green? No, sapphire is blue, right? Let's try the other one. Let's do Drake Cylinder 2.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Fuck, you gotta be kidding.
The Queen has little protection.
Okay.
The Queen has little protection.
The Queen has little protection. There's only 3 items on the board that can protect her, right? So that number 3 for 2? Let's go see if that's right. Because
The Queen has little protection.
little protection. So they're talking about the 3 pieces that are not protecting her. So I'm thinking it's 3, number 3 on cylinder 2. Because the Queen's by itself, but there's nothing protecting her. But there's some protection in the sentence, so that means there's 3 on the board still, right? What's this? I feel. Let's do 3 on that. See what happens. That's the one I want. How do I rotate? So that's 3 maybe? Okay, let me say something. Alright, let's do that at 3. I don't know if that's right. Guarantee you the next part's gonna be harder though. And this one, like...
The Chalice of Knowledge.
It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific what the fuck is that word? Motif? Whatever. Alright, so... let's see here.
The Chalice of
So we have to
Knowledge.
look at the rubies and the sapphires, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how there's a crack there? So that probably tells us to count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's too many. Unless we're doing it by 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have to do it from the beginning here. So the sapphire, ruby, sapphire, right? That's one combination maybe, and then it splits to the green side. So sapphire, ruby, sapphire, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. So 5 altogether. Because that's the crack basically tells us where to stop. So if we start from the crack, there's 1 combo, 2 combo, 3 combo, 4 combo, 5 combo, and then the crack's there, so that's 5. Dude, I don't know if this is right. It's just 5, 3. Five, 3, 5, 3, and then we need the last one here. We have to go listen to that thing.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay, so cylinder goes to the book, and he said the number 9. Let's see if we can find 9.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Yeah.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Shit, dude, like, you know what sucks, man?
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
He said number 9.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
There's a number now.
So these are the volumes that What did Drake say about this collection?
Another one here.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
You think it's number 9? Let's go with number 9. Change locks. So I got 5, 3, and 9. That's not right though. Guess we go back forward. So we got. Yeah, number 9.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him.
Alright guys, we're gonna end here. It's chapter 8. We did 2 chapters today. The safe was a little bit hard. I mean, at first it seems overwhelming, but once you find like the pattern and all that, you'll understand it. I'll make a separate video on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like if you did, and I will talk to everyone later.